Alright guys, welcome on back, and I will be talking more of my seductive voice today, because baby's sleeping in the other room, and honestly, I'd kind of like to keep it that way for right now, so we can play it for a little bit longer this time. Sorry about the abrupt ending previously, but let's get into it. Yeah, this is the smithing station. Now this one you can only take, this is right here, you can take yourself up to +3. We're not going to be worrying about really anything that we have on us right now. So I'm gonna be running and grabbing some stuff.
You're a Tarnished. I can see it, and I can also see that you're not after. Then why not? I am Kale. I am selling where the land has only time.
Okay, this is one of the first of many merchants.
You know, you should buy yourself a crafting essential. The kit costs but the import. You know, you should buy yourself a crafting kit essential. The kit costs but the import.
Go ahead and buy the crafting kit. Now they also sell a lot of good books. These will also come in handy, as well as notes, which you don't really need them. There's a lot of them, but like some of them like have like useful tips. Crab pots are definitely something we're gonna grab. I'll be getting that here a little later.
I'm glad you've made an excellent.
As well as the torch. Now this merchant here actually comes
Goodbye
in handy for a main quest line here a little bit later. Get our grace. So the point that we're going to be doing right now is I'm going to be running up this. There is a it's here and here. This is blacked out, but trust me, this map is way bigger. But basically we're going to run, get our grace. There are actually quite a few like the random animals you can get materials from. You can kill these guys if you want to. I guess what I started saying the other day, yesterday, was when I started recording the first episode. Also, you can sneak up behind somebody. See over there. There is a first of many caves, and there's actually right on the other side there. There's a dungeon. These are stakes of America. They come in a lot of handy for they're basically kind of used like graces. Obviously, like you can't rest at one, but like if you die, I can choose to respawn over there versus one of these. But in this situation, or like this case, graces are super close by. And also, if you find any skulls that are lighted enough, get them. You see, the golden ring ones are only worth 200, but if you're around the world, you eventually end up having like 80 of them. You want to get as many graces as you can, because that's kind of how you start progressing the ability to get to the round table, which is where we eventually want to end up.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord.
Also,
Have you heard they serve, but I can play turning root to aid you. You need to the foot. Then it's settled. Summon me. I bequeath. Use it. It will some torrent has treat him with.
Okay. And from here, we actually just want to. I'll do it this here in a second. Want to do here. We'll get our summoning bell. Because once we get.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A pleasure. I am the witch. I'd heard tell, and upon look the talk, thou art possessed. Call forth. Ah, I was entrusted by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell, summon them with spirits will. Now it is thy. Forgive, I doubt we. How long will it be for the time?
Take that off because I don't really, never really use them. The top one, there's a lantern we're going to be getting here shortly. Then I'm going to put here. This is the one I normally put for torrents, just column. And then the bottom two, I normally put a couple ashes, or spirit ashes. And here, it's always good to keep a couple of these because like you. So when you're fighting other people, you can damage their horses. The moth can get them, like if you run up to them quickly enough, while they're on the ground, you can get a quick critical. But they can do the same to you. So anytime you get a couple extra chances, it's not bad to try to heal up Torrent. And this is our quickest way of getting it. And like I said, right now, our main goal. When people put messages in front of shit, is probably one of the most infuriating things. Because literally makes it to where it's just difficult. And they're still coming, so we're just gonna keep going. Now up here, we're going to get our first seed. And that first seed is going to allow us to start upgrading how many. Well, I guess upgrading. But made it to where we can have more flasks. Now, obviously, the more you need more seeds to do that. We're actually going to take a turn real quick and grab our first smithing stone. And I'm kind of conflicted as to what I want my first weapon on here to be. Like, I'm not gonna stick with a sword. I am a sword boy. I like to keep swords as much as possible. Rest and reset everything. As I was saying earlier, I use a golden seed. And I'm not really going to need anything for my FP yet. Like, starting off, I actually tried to she will eventually be able to upgrade your spirit ashes later on.
Came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought only to have their arms taken. Did you know? It's quite a lot. You're all on and heading to some
And also,
I don't have
when she eventually goes to the round table hold, you want to make sure to fast travel back to this area, because there's actually another golden seed where she was.
Tell them I love them fine again. It was tell them I love them fine again.
Yeah, so we unlocked, and there's a good bit we can do just in this area, but there's a few things. Now, I know right here is one more places where I want to go. Trying to think I can order probably this. So we started here, blah, blah, blah. our biggest thing right now is honestly going to be seeds and a couple spells. These are going to be either, either Evergale or Evergoals, and basically those are in place for like mini boss battles. But you always get either some type of weapon or armor. And there's one down here, right here. I think there's like at least 2 per area almost. We won't go here yet. There's a boss battle right here. I guess it wouldn't hurt to start going that way because there's a recheck beforehand. These are finger raiders. They don't really do anything. There's one main one in round table which you can get for like boss souls, but that's about it. There's a faith weapon that I want to grab. And there's a couple quick one-item things we can eventually get. But the biggest thing right now is I want to get a couple of souls, or I want to get a couple spells, as well as some seeds, as well as there's a couple of churches that we need to hit up as well. I guess we could do, yeah, let's do that. I think there's a hut like right over here too. But I'm going to, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Trying to think of where did the last time I was able to zip through a good bit of it pretty quickly. And so I'm not going to be doing a lot of combat. Now I will eventually come back to it, but if you can see.
Oi! You there? Could you help us
Probably
out?
just go ahead and do it now. This is Bach the Seamster.
You? Oh. What'd you go and do that for? Some clock. You were just thank you. I was pushed out and I ended up as an. Oh, when they. And so this is all I hope. Or I can. They're not. Right. Right.
Okay. Ooh. That's Bach the Seamster. Basically, you know, we're going to rest until daytime just because I don't want to mess with. You know what? We'll be fine. We're just running. We'll be fine. We're just running. Get this. There's a dragon that's right down there that we will fight. It's basically sort of first Ash of 4. But he is going to more than likely one-shot us right now. I think he eventually ends up like losing interest. So we're just going to let him chase us for a minute. It doesn't really matter. These are caravans. Maybe yeah, he's gone. Actually, there's another main character. We're just going to do that now. Get her unlocked. These are caravans. Basically, they always have either some type of. They're basically all weapons. I don't think I've ran into too many of them that aren't. But just because it's a long way, I'm gonna go ahead and get this one here. You don't have to do summoning pool. I think the summoning pool is mainly for. Oh, you know what? We might be okay. Might be able to do this here. Basically. Oh, get your critical. We'll just do this to work. couple runes out of them. But the main reason for this is now on my unlocking. I think it's Sorcerer Selling.
Tarnished, I am Selene. Why
Yeah.
are you here? Ah, I dare say you're. Oh well.
Now I'm not going to
I
end up
was
giving
exiled as a
any.
revile. Do you still? Very well, but I refuse to anticipate.
But you get some sorceries and stuff off her. But she's used for a main. I guess not a main. I guess for a quest line later on, and actually you need to progress some of hers to be able to, like, if you want to get a platinum, which this is like my first playthrough other than I did a campaign one that I was on my channel, but I ended up taking it off because I just for reasons. We're just gonna stick with it. I don't think I need a full half hour out of this one, not 20 minutes again, but if my bean don't feel good, my bean don't feel good. Some other stuff that way, and actually, we're gonna go ahead and get that grace over there. Yeah, there's basically Viking dudes on horseback. We want to avoid them like the plague. Up to since right here. Might as well rest until yeah. So here you do morning, noon, nightfall. I've never really had a reason to do noon. I yeah, I guess unless you're looking for like visuals. Never go up there. Please we can unlock it real quick. Just run next to it. But we're actually gonna come do this a little bit later. Because there's another NPC's quest line side to that. And that's the first time I played it before talking to the other NPC. And let's just say it makes it a lot. This is actually the wrong one. That's fine. We're gonna. This is not specific. You can just basically run past all these guys. It's not an issue. Stone sword key. We can come back and mess up later. And now there's her, which you can or can't talk to her right now if you want to. Either
Hello?
matter.
Might I bend my name is
Far-
a servant's day. But I swear my good father decided
Shit.
himself.
Okay,
I,
alright.
the
Basically, she ends up
servants
dying.
have since come. I fear
I know
it's
there's
peace.
like a big
Would
thing
you
in
mind
terms
when I
of
say
like,
please?
like it's whether or not like
Thank you. Then please deliver it.
there's a way to like save her and stuff like that, but there's another NPC quest line. There's like I said, technically two, but the main one, other than her father, basically she has to die for it. Like there's no. But it's all gonna be a scourge. So that's actually that's a skills for now. I do. Weapons with bleed on it are some of the, like, you know, the ones, I don't know what it is. They work very well. I strongly recommend them. Not even one that we're really going to use. Yeah, there's actually that Black Knight Rider. There's another one that spawns right here. That's the only things I can think of in terms of 20 minutes or so at the time. Like for the morning and night cycles is honestly these cells, the health charm that boost your health, and the stones are key. I call them gargoyle because every once in a while, just because they feel like gargoyles. And I'm going down here, grab this. Be careful. I don't know if you can see off my distance. That dude standing up right there. He will. First time, I just want to run to the right. He never did nothing to you. There's another seed up here. Dude, I can never just run back. Basically, you want to kind of like lead side back a little bit. Look at how far up this aim goes. Pretty decent. But that is actually where Blind Lady wants you to take the letter out, and we're not there yet. Now, the one thing I've found the easiest when it comes to playing through this game is basically, so even though like we're in a different section, like we just unlocked like a different side of the map, it's still Lingrave. So like it's still there's evil demon rats here, and we just kind of want to leave them alone right now. I will eventually come up here and bulldoze everything, but there is I think it's Tier of America. I think it's the Church of America anyways. But yeah, these guys inflict madness, which, dude, let me tell you, madness build up is sacred tier. That's what it is. Sacred tier at Church of America, that's what they are. Yeah, and rats are, I think the rats are kind of what's always been a little bit of a pain in the ass. There's like a whole other thing now. I'm not gonna get, oh yeah, let me go ahead. I said, I don't use a shield very often. My flavors just not here for anything specific. Also, got this unlocked. There's 2 more churches here and here that I want to get. I mean, obviously, all of this will eventually end up exploring. Also, you can die from most of these heights. Now, there is something we can unlock later. I don't feel, oh, there's actually another race right underneath. But we'll run up the actual way later. I don't think I can get the other 2 before. But there's a, oh, there's 7 rocks. But there's a charm we can get a little bit later that will actually allow us to basically it like gets rid of fall damage. It's similar to, I'm trying to remember even what it was called. It's like and it was in Dark Souls 2. I don't remember how much they were in the other ones, but like it helps like negate fall damage, and that's basically what it is. Now there are items you can pick up. I think it's soft cotton. That also helps, but the charm I think it works better. That I knew soft cotton like just negates, but I think the charm basically gets rid of it. Okay, there's a grace. The ability for icons on here is fantastic as well. And secret tier. And don't worry about like thinking that, oh, you know, we're running through everything. One moment, baby, crying. And we're back. She's like just a couple feet away from me, so like I'm like leaving her in a couple other rooms. She's like basically on the side of the wall. We have like one of those like older style houses with like the big double open doors. Yeah, and those guys, every time you see one, if you haven't found a dungeon with like the big double doors, like 9 times out of 10, those will lead you to it. Which I will end up using one a little bit later. I think we're basically, most all of them are. There's a grace up along here, and the only reason I'm getting it is because there is a route we're going to take once I level up a little bit that I want their armor set. These are considered headless knights, basically like the guardian of the but basically like there's this grace here and that one, and there's literally like you just like run back and forth. And I think I mean it took me quite a bit. It turns out I eventually ended up getting all of them. Now, but yeah, and I want to do this. So we're going to see the merchant right here. And now, there are no, trying to think of the word. There's no like treasure chest mimics like the other. You don't notice this. I just like feel the need to hit all of them, which I'm wanting to do now because I may do a little bit of PvP with this character later on. Because I think with a face build you can make a quality build at the same time. Technically with like spell blades also, but I feel like face build you can do a little bit better with. And I will remember eventually to go through and level all my stuff up.
Well, it's been an age since I've seen a customer. How can I help here at the end of the earth?
I like his mask. It's trippy. But yeah, this is the main reason why I'm here. Obviously he has stone sword keys also, but the lantern is the main reason why I want to be here now.
Anything else?
Which it doesn't light up as much as like having a torch does, but it frees up both hands and still a good bit of light. Now the next one, you know what? We'll do this one later because the main reason I want to do this is to try to take the thing down, and I don't think we're there yet. So I'm just going to put that for right now. You know, we just hit 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap up for right now. In the next video, we will be, yeah, we'll be heading here. This will take us over into the Mistwoods. Make sure we hit that up there also so we can unlock the map. And then we will be going up and going across the bridge. And there's actually a couple. Let me take this one off because there is. It's not well put on here. I think it's like around here. It's like kind of in the woods. There is a warrior shack. That's a good like halfway point. And then the good old boy jars are right up here. And we'll be able to go over. There's an invasion right here. I'm actually gonna mark that just so I don't forget. Marker, and we're going to put. I don't consider that an invasion. I will eventually actually put. I'm gonna mark all the areas where I know that there's nighttime bosses, which is bosses I still need to fight. You know, actually, we're gonna do that right now. Right here is the dragon. Yeah. Here is. I think it's the Erdtree Sentinels, and that's what they're considered. He spawns there. I know it's like right. Yeah, I think it's like right here. There are giant bird baby head things that they only come at night. Those are terrifying. Actually, and in the War Master shack later on, it's not until after he leaves. At night there's one, and there's actually one at the merchant that we saw down here. It's not them, just what they end up being for some reason. There's one right here. This is another bird. Terrifying. There's one I did not be able to kill on my first playthrough. But you can't kill him, you can't kill him. Like, it's definitely one that you can go back through. This is the first night that we ran from. And then there's the second night right here. And actually, we should have done this. I'll go back there and do this one. That'll actually be what we'll start with our next video. These are yeah, over here. These are towers where you can, like, some of them have spells, some of them have, but basically every single one of them has a actually, what they're called. Basically, they have pendants that unlock memory slots. Like right now, we start off with, I think, 3 or 4, which I'm actually going to, a couple things right, put on that new spell that we just got. Yeah, you only start with 2. I don't use Assassin's Verge, but Blowing Frenzy is definitely one that I want to use. And eventually when we get to the round table, there's a couple other guys, but we will end up unlocking somebody that I'm not even going to just give. There's a big grandpappy good old boy that we are going to be able to give both our sorcery things to, as well as our prayer books for, like, in our incantations and everything. And he doesn't care. He doesn't, like, give you any, like, negatives to it. He's like, all good is good, all bad is bad. Everything lives in this world, blah blah blah. So he takes everything and just does it with stride. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And eventually, I won't have to talk and such a soft voice, but here we are right now. Alright. See y'all. Bye.